evening, everyone out there in STFC land and wider, and welcome to your Friday night later than advertised. Apologies for that. 100% my fault. Fools rush in. Thank you nonetheless for joining us on this later start. I got no problem being honest. I went out with some friends after work. We had a nice curry and we went to the pub. And then I was like, shit, I haven't got Fools covered. I thought I would be home earlier. Text the lads saying we're going to start late, and then put a message out frantically on socials about 15 minutes before we're due to start saying, sorry, it's going to be later. But I'm here. I got through the floods. I pelted it as fast as I could. And I managed to get here for a 9:20 start. So I'm happy with that. But good evening, one and all. Despite the later start, we have all the usual suspects. Intro questions, live chat available, Facebook, YouTube, X, wherever you are. And if you did get a sneaky peek at the stream I did on the CM0102 Super League, you will know tonight's intro question because I'm carrying it over for the different audience. We have two fools who have been waiting so long in the lobby. They were here before the show even existed on the internet. And they are not happy with me, it's fair to say, because they took time out of their evening and I was late. But we also have another fool who is due to come on very, very shortly. We should see them in around about 10-15 minutes. So long enough for these two to get through the intro question, which is it should be simple, but you know how the fools like to chat. Yes or no question. Bovril, yes or no? It's as simple as that. As I say, live chat is available on all the apps that we are live streaming on. So you can be like Sean on Facebook and say, evening all, good evening, Sean, hope you're well. You could be like Scott on YouTube and say, hey guys, hey to you too. We just need someone on X to get the full house to show that it is working. But anyway, intro questions there ready. Let us know in the chat. Bovril, yes, no, simple. It should be one word. There should be no discussion. I am firmly on team no. I will not judge anyone as such who says yes, because everyone is different and has different tastes. But I do consider it slightly psychopathic if you do enjoy it. Let's find out from the first of the fools, the man who's been sat in the lobby since about 8:30, waiting for this 9:20 start. Evening, was.
Oh, don't be stupid. I haven't been in the lobby since 8:30. You're allowed a life as well, mate.
Oh, mate, honestly. And the thing is, the podcast, I clearly talk about it so much. My mates that I was out with, I went, guys, I really have to go. I'm going to be late for Fools. They're like, I'm so sorry I kept you out. I'm like, don't worry about it. It was my choice.
Yeah, don't worry. This is what makes us the best, isn't it? We're just laid back. We start when we want. We could start at 10 if we wanted.
We start when we want. We start when we want. How are you? Was you okay?
I'm very good, thank you, mate. Yes, very good. Good week. Busy week at work.
It's been a very busy week.
Yeah, it's just been weird, isn't it? And I was saying to someone today, it just feels like, doesn't it? It's good for the tyre game, but doesn't it just feel like it's rained like every single day? Like,
one of my colleagues who you met at my birthday party last year walked into work today and just said, "Is it ever going to stop raining?"
Yeah. But do you know what's so funny?
Do you remember I mentioned that we've had the burst water main basically at the end of my road? Yeah. We've had another one near work. So all of my routes are blocked with water.
We were also joking today at work. Get ready to have 2 weeks of sun in June or July, and then they do the hose pipe ban.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
We've got no water.
Good news is X is working. We've had comments on X. Sean is first in. He is yes. He does enjoy a Bovril. Mike says it's not really a question with the localized shortage, but no. Rob's here on YouTube, says evening lads. Scott says too many tyres.
No, there's never too many tyres.
James says fuck no to Bovril. That says the short tyre shortage clearly. Joe's in the chat. Evening, Joe. Hope all is well.
Hey, Joe.
So are you a Bovril guy? I think I know the answer because I think I saw you react in the lobby.
Absolutely not. Nah, disgusting.
No, it's not a bit of you.
It's not me. Sorry. Cup of tea for me is the hot drink limit, but yeah, I am no fan of a Bovril, I'm afraid. No.
Mate, there's no need to apologise. It is a perfectly respectable answer. However, I don't know the answer to our fellow fool who's in the lobby, but if anyone is going to be a Bovril drinker, it's this boy. Evening, Rich.
Watts is at the age now that that he probably enjoys a Bovril, to be fair.
Steady on.
He's younger than me. What isn't 40 yet?
I am 40. Hey, Rich, you having a laugh? Just because I tooted you when you were running round Blagrove on Wednesday.
You bastard! I fucking knew it was you. I knew it. I was like, who the fuck has a van? I was like, I knew it was you. You bastard. I knew it. Yeah.
To answer your question, Mike, no, it's not like drinking Bisto. I would quite happily drink a cup of gravy over Bovril. Scott says a cup of tea with 2 sugars.
Fyfie, the answer to the question is no. And funny enough was, my mate said to me, he's like, somebody's just tooted you, Rich. I was like,
I didn't just toot you. I knew it was you. No. I winded down the window, literally in the van, and I shouted. I went, Rich, run faster, then tooted my horn.
Yeah, I had my headphones in, so it was my mate that said to me, he was like, "Oh yeah, no, Rich, somebody's just shouted you, say run faster." I was like, "Who's that?" I was like, "Who the fuck do I know who's got a van?" And I was like, the only person I knew that had a van that would have been in a van that I would know would have been you. So I was like, I reckon it probably was, but no, I didn't think it could be you. So fair enough. But
hang on, before Scott in the chat, before Scott kills you in the chat, no, it wasn't covered with Save on Tires, to be fair to him.
No, it wasn't. That's why I was like, hang on a minute. Yeah, that's what confused me. I was thinking, hang on a minute. No, it couldn't have been you. But you were the first one that came to my mind. I was like, you're the only person I know that would be driving a van. So fair enough.
And by the way, I know I'm losing my hair, Rich, but I'm only 33, mate. I'm not nowhere near 40 yet.
Really?
All right.
Okay, fair enough. I'll let you off, mate.
Mike says, why does Rich keep going really quiet than normal again? It's because Rich is one of the more well-funded members of the panel, and yet he has the shittest connection with his earbuds. Hang on, he says. While he sorts his technology out, we have a 4th fool and a special guest ready to say hello. Let's say hello to that 4th fool. No, we can't hear you at the minute, Rich. You're muted. Unmute yourself.
Yeah. So basically, right,
that's better.
My two earphones. So one of them doesn't work as well. I've only noticed that recently through work, because I use this for work as well. So, yeah, bit of a pain in the ass. But either way. Well, on with the show, boys. Come on then.
Let's go with the show, and we have a special treat for you all. We have, as I say, a 4th fool. It is the much sought after, the much requested, the much where is he? We need him back for ratings. Garv's back, everybody!
No, Woody's back. Oh shit, Garv!
Go away!
Hey, bud.
Garv, how the hell are you not Woody? Garv, how the hell are you not Woody? He's always lurking around in the lobby.
Woody is at the party having well-served night off.
I fully expect him to tune in at 10 o'clock and go say, "Hey guys, I'm in the lobby."
Garve, it's fantastic to welcome you back. Your first appearance in 2026. How's things, mate? Are you all good?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Everything's good. Just
fantastic.
Yeah, you know how it is. Trying to get back to normal after Christmas and all that. You know, January, getting back to work and whatnot. So yeah, back into the swing of 2026 already. Fantastic. Back to the grind.
Speaking of the grind, Mike says, has Garth been on since the Bake Off episode? Yes, twice, I believe. Twice since the Bake Off episode. But he's still getting over basically how many times he mentioned his dad being a baker. In that
the Bake Off episode was a farce.
Record numbers. We're doing it again. Who wants Bake Off again in 2026, by the way? I think we redo it. Let's go again.
I'll be back with better microphone this time, because I think last time it was a bit quiet, wasn't
it? John's here. John's in the chat. Says, "Man like Garv!" Exclamation mark.
I want to show what I'm really like this year.
Good lad. Good lad. This is a fantastic panel, and leave it to Swindon to give us plenty to talk about the week that we start late. However, have I got a treat for you, the viewers? Arguably, we have had a guest on once this season who hit like almost no other guest has. he was wanted back for the review episode after we played, that we want a spin-off series with him and Nick to regale in stories of yesteryear. And I'm delighted to say, even with the late start, he has agreed to come on again. So we're going to do things in reverse this time. We're going to talk about tomorrow's game at the start of the show. Wait, actually, sorry. Big build-up, but Garth, Bovril, yes or no?
I'm going to have to say no. I liked it
Good
when I was
lad.
a kid. I liked it when I was a kid.
Good decision.
I don't know. I had one when I got a bit older, and I don't know, mate. It just didn't hit the same.
No,
Great. He belongs on roasts.
Rich, you can take a comment to Garv. You can say, Garv, you're getting a bit older. You should like a Bovril by now.
Yeah, it's true. It is true.
To be fair, to be fair, I can't see his hair receding because he's got a cap on. So
it's gone. It's too late for receding, mate.
Anyway, you shouldn't have showed that.
Yeah.
Speaking of hats, I've already given the big build-up, but someone who's become an automatic legend of the FRI community. We're playing Oldham. We had to bring him back. It's the gentleman of the opposition. Welcome back, Alf.
All right, thank you. Thank you. Nice to see you all
again. All good?
Okay, thank you. Yeah, and it's Oxo, not Bovril, by the way. That I prefer.
Oxo's okay, mate. It's just not
put Oxo in your pies, not Bovril. Yeah.
It's an interesting one that came up on my social media. Americans, when they try it, they seem to love Bovril, and I can't understand it. But it's not for me. But that's enough Bovril chat. Alf, you are here, which means that the big game taking over the TV tomorrow lunchtime is the visit of Oldham Athletic to the eliminated from the Virtue Trophy and much chastised by the EFL Swindon Town. How are you feeling at the end of the transfer window, Alf? Do you think Oldham are ready to build on what I think has been a very steady opening half of the season for them?
Yeah, it's to be expected. We wasn't expecting to get promoted straight away. We wanted to consolidate, which we have done. I don't think we're going to go down, not going to go up, I don't think so. But we have signed 3 players, transfer window, and they're all forwards. But it's midfielders we badly need. So we'll have to see how we go with them.
Well, you say this, but all throughout January, when we've exchanged messages, you've been saying, we just don't score goals. We just don't score goals. And like I say, now you've signed some attackers. So surely Oldham are ready to fly.
No, it's the service, Steve. It's basically the service is poor. Get it to the wide men, and they always hit the first man. So we don't score goals. The strikers don't receive the ball much. Well, we have got this lad, Kavanagh, sort of Graham Kavanagh, who used to be a very good player for Stoke City. And
the ex-Cardiff midfielder as well.
Yeah, Stoke City. Yeah, and I've not seen him, but I believe he's very good, and he's been brought in to score the goals. Because we've lost. Nice. Yeah, we lost Mickey Mellon's son, who was scoring goals for us. He's out for the season.
He scored a few, yeah.
He's out for the season. So we brought in Kavanagh. We brought in a midfielder called Taylor from Aston Villa. And he came on for the last 15 minutes of the last game, and he looks good as an attacking midfielder, which we haven't really got. But it's the midfield I'm concerned about supplying the service.
What about defensively? I know when I've been doing some League Two coverage, the one thing I've said about Oldham is you are notoriously difficult to actually beat. You draw a lot of games, and you're stubborn, and you're physical, and you have a game plan. You know what you're doing. You stick to that game plan. So it's tough coming up against Oldham, home or away.
Well, it is because they've got a back four and 3 defensive midfielders. So they got plenty of cover, and the 2 centre backs who haven't been playing well all season are having a shaky time at the moment.
Okay.
Daniels and Manny Monte, neither of them can turn. I don't know what your forwards are like, but you catch these 2 on the turn,
like to run.
All is going to be in trouble.
No, our attackers certainly like to run, don't they? Don't they, Was?
Yeah. But you will find all of them will probably play deep with 4 at the back, 3 midfielder. I mean, I'm hoping they play the attacking midfielder because we had a lad called Kai Payne on loan from Wigan, and I don't rate him whatsoever. The manager picks him every game. He's lucky if he touches the ball about 5 times in a game and doesn't put a tackle in. But the manager says he covers the ground well.
I was going to say, Alf, we've come across Manny Monte quite a bit, and every time that we've seen him, he looks like an absolute unit, but he just he's not got the speed or anything like that, but he's just really, really physical, and he just causes like so many problems and stuff like that every time we come across against him.
He's okay straight on, facing straight on. You're not going to get past him. But if you catch him on the turn, he can't get at you. And that's
is he playing? Is he playing centre back for you at the moment? Or is he playing?
He's playing centre back, and the other centre back, Daniels, is very much the same. Actually, he's not as big as Monty, but he's strong. So they've two strong centre backs. The left back is pretty good, called Robson, and the right back's so. Yeah. So, but the midfield is a concern for me, and I don't know what Swindon's midfield is like. You can perhaps put me right on that, but we always seem to get dominated there.
Well, let's give you some information out. Let's work through how you've been doing it. So, Oldham have a physically strong but maybe not overly mobile defence. What do you reckon? Can our attack run through them? If you get round the back of Oldham, yeah, that's what you need to do. You need to get around the back of these two centre halves. You can, but if they do get hold of the ball, all they do is lump it up to the front. Mellon's approach is a bit of kick and rush, and we've got a very quick striker called Drummond. He's lightning fast, and he's only small, only about 5'6", but he's quite strong. But he's hopeless in front of goal. He must have missed about 20 or 30 chances this season, practically all of them goals. But he plays him because he's very dangerous, and centre halves can't really handle him because he's that quick. So I don't know how quick your centre backs are, but if they're not quick, he could cause you problems. Okay. Let's go for this again then. So our attackers, talk us through the options now. Could we see a debut?
Wow, it's an interesting one, isn't it? Because what Alf just says there, maybe it won't be the game for someone like Palmer to just be up against these two big centre halves, and is he going to have much joy? So will they try and go a bit more mobile around the sides of them? Maybe with obviously Drinnan will play.
Holman.
Yeah, will he go with Holman, or will he? I can't see him chucking someone like Junior Hoylett straight in. Not that he's going to cause pace problems as such, but I don't know. I think I could see it. I can see it being Palmer and Drinnan, just because Drinnan will give that option of stretching them, and Palmer is that one that will drop a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is an interesting one how we're going to match up. You never know with Holloway, and especially with the size of the squad at the moment, there's so many options to him, especially at the top end of the pitch that at the moment he can roll the dice and change it whenever he wants to. So we've played a lot of, well, it's not an excuse because I said this on Monday that the squad's big enough now so he can change it. If someone's got a slight niggle or isn't completely 100%, there's no point risking them. We've got the options, we've got the squad to be able to mix it up. And one thing that Holloway is quite good at is that he will look at the opposition and think, well, where's their weaknesses and how can I exploit them? So that's what I quite like to see. So that's what I think Holloway will do. Trying to predict what he will do will be very difficult. The midfield side of things, we need to see our midfield dominating again. So it could be a game tomorrow if Alf isn't confident in Oldham's midfield that someone like Kilkenny's got to try and run the game again. And we've got to see a bit more from Nichols, whoever plays. And there's just so many options, isn't there? We've got Borland.
Let's bring Garvin and ask. Wasner's completely right. It's a very strong midfield on paper, no matter what the combination. And like Alf has described it, maybe that's not their strongest point, but it's not been necessarily performing to the sum of its parts, Garth. What do you reckon our midfield's going to look like tomorrow?
Yeah, it is a bit of a mystery sometimes of Holloway what sort of midfield he'll put together for the game, but I like to think that he does. I like the way he sort of sets up his team against other teams, and that we're not sort of like one-dimensional. We haven't been great, and I think Clark is always a massive miss. Even sometimes when he plays, and you think he might not have had the best game, sort of thing. Well, we might still pick up a result. Whereas the games when he's not there, and you're losing games, you're losing goals. Sorry, like giving goals away at the end of games and stuff. It's like, you think maybe if Clark's on the pitch, we don't lose them games. So, yeah, it's definitely a tougher game without him, I think. But yeah, I'd like Kilkenny can run a game when Kilkenny's having a good day, and you'd like to think the midfield's having a good day because everything sort of just ticks through him. He's so calm, and he's so
yeah, definitely.
yeah. I'm really liking that the Ola Kigby. I think he gives us something different. You know, he can beat a man, and his delivery's good as well. He's putting in some really good balls and stuff. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
Alf, just on the subject of the midfield, when you say that it's perhaps a little bit weak for you at the minute, do you prefer, or do Oldham prefer coming up against a physical battle, or are they okay against sort of the more technical, tippy-tappy passes, quick movement type players?
Well, the three midfielders they've got are pretty much the same. Right? They're three defensive midfielders, and they stick pretty close to each other. Yeah, so they're difficult to break through, really, but they don't create much. And that's the problem. But it could surprise us, Mickey Allen, by playing some of these new signings. I'd like to see all three play. We've got a fast winger, apparently. Can't remember where he's come from. Bradford, I think it's Bradford City, I think he's come from, a winger, and they rated him, and he's come on loan for the season. They hardly rated him. He's had a good background, I think, as well. Can't remember his name offhand. But I'd like to see him play the attacking midfielder, which he's never done all season, really. He's never played a central attacking midfielder. He's always played the three defensive midfielders. So I just wonder if he might spring as a surprise and play this lad Taylor, who I thought looked pretty good and pretty sharp around the edge of the penalty area. And we've also got up front, now he might be injured because he had a bad shoulder injury on Saturday, was Joel Garner. Now, what you'll find with him, he's 39-year-old, but he puts himself about. He really puts himself about, and for as long as, an hour perhaps. But you'll find that he's an old soldier, and he's always falling down. And he's always trying to pick up free kicks. You'll find it'll frustrate you. If he's playing, it will frustrate you, because he's always falling down and trying to claim free kicks, but he's still a decent player.
Very much so.
Still, even at 39, he's decent. So, and I'd like to see him play against with this new lad Kavanagh, because I believe he's very, very good. This lad, and they actually paid money for him. It's like Kavanagh for the 22, so they paid money for him. So, and he was hardly rated. The fans couldn't understand why he left as well. So I'm just hoping he makes the three changes, and that might surprise Swindon. But if he carries on playing like he did last Saturday, where they gave a shocking display on Saturday that they gave, Fyfie, he's a bit sticky to Mud Melon. He continues, playing the same team, even though they've lost 2 or 3, and carries on with it until something goes really wrong. But I'm hoping he does try and surprise. I mean, I'd be doing that. I'd be saying, like you said, that Holloway stood his opposition. I would say, call his bluff. You say, look, you're not going to know that I'm going to play these 3 new players. Yeah,
the 3 new players, Alf.
Yeah.
The 3 new players are Kane Taylor on loan from Aston Villa.
Yes.
Fabio Jallo, Barnsley, not Bradford.
Barnsley, yeah, they rate him. Yeah, they rate him very highly. Yeah.
And then Callum Kavanagh was a permanent deal from Bradford.
Yeah, so those 3, I think, when I saw him come on, he's only brought him on as late subs, but I saw enough in him to say that he's definitely better than what they've got. But he's reluctant to start people, is Mellon. When he signs them, and he's reluctant to start them. So it's only the second time, the second game they'll have these. So I'm hoping he starts them all, because to me, I would surprise and actually change the tactics. Just throw you a little bit, because they've got pace. These 3 lads have got pace.
Callum Kavanagh scored a hat-trick against us last season.
That's the one. That's the one. Well, you'd think he would start him, wouldn't you? You'd think he would start him, but Mellon's not that type. He'd probably have on the bench for about 80 minutes. But I would have said, look, you scored a hat-trick against Swindon last season. You can do it again.
It's Graham Kavanagh's son, isn't he?
Yes, it is. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah. So I would say that. Yeah.
Well, Rich, let's talk about that side of the game then. You've heard Alf talk about the different options Oldham have. You'll either come up against a wily campaigner like Garner, or could come up against someone who has fired not once, twice, but 3 times against us in recent history. It very much depends on how we line up defensively as to how we're going to cope with this. Because, for example, if you look at the likes of Tafazorli and arguably Wright, they're not as blessed when it comes to dealing with pacey attackers. but they would be arguably better against the experienced campaigner, where someone like Mabete, or if Knight Labelle's fit, they would be better against the pacier attackers, but maybe not have the experience as such to deal with wiliness that Ghana might bring.
Well, I mean, if we sort of look back at the goals that Kavanagh actually scored against us last year, they were all from Bradford's long throw set piece, let's say. So, and the defence was an absolute mess for every single one of those goals. But you know, I do feel as if we do need a bit of physicality in that defence at the moment. I mean, for me personally, I don't think Mabite's put a foot wrong. Yeah, for some reason, Holloway, I don't know whether or not he's trying to protect him, whether or not he's just trying to sort of, I don't know, give him, maybe he's not fully fit and he's only going to give him 50, 60 minutes and then sub him off every game. For me, I wouldn't really want to touch my defence, especially if it's been keeping up a clean sheet or if we're winning at the time. So, you know, it's very difficult. So I'd like to see Mabite play in that back three that we're going to play. You know, I think it's difficult. Did we play both Wright and Tafazoli against Harrogate?
No, Taff was out.
Taff was out, wasn't he? Yeah. Yeah, for me, I would play only one of them anyway. I wouldn't play them both. I would play one of them, one or the other. So I'd quite like to see that perspective. And just have a little bit of grit at the back, because I feel as if that's something that we've missed. I mean, tomorrow is a good opportunity for us to keep a clean sheet. I mean, I know Kavanagh. I want to say that he got lucky against us last season, but he didn't. But he's not that prolific. So if he does start and we can keep him quiet, then, you know, that's obviously fantastic for us. Just going back very quickly in terms of the midfield, and
a strong, powerful message, by the way. Carry on, Rich, because you can't read and talk.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, and just in terms of our midfield and everything like that, obviously worked on Tuesday night, but I think Oldacre and Kilkenny both played in there. I'd like to see Middlemass given an opportunity in there. I don't know. I for me personally, Nichols has been a little bit off it at late. I don't think he's really. He's not either fully fit or I don't know what's going on, but it's just not working between Nichols and Kilkenny. So I'd like to see a change in there personally. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But I'd say we need somebody to dominate the midfield, and Kilkenny can certainly do that when he wants to do that. But there have been games where he hasn't been at his full best. So I'd be really interested in order to sort of see that tomorrow.
Garv, Al's been talking about Oldham's deadline day signings, whether they're thrown straight in for the first game to cause a bit of a surprise. Swindon themselves added 3 new players on deadline day. Do you expect all 3 to make the squad, and how many, if so, make the starting lineup?
You'd like to think they'd all make the squad. I'm not sure really, but it's like, yeah, I'm not sure. I think you might see one of them start.
I think Batty's probably the more likely, just because he would offer that balance being the left wing back.
You know, I suppose it just depends what the idea is, and if how well he's can take on the sort of the instructions over the time he's been in already. What's he looking like in training? How fit is he? So I suppose there's a few factors in there, but yeah, I don't know. I like to think so. We brought them here for a reason, didn't we? So if you can get them straight in the squad, then the better. The sooner they are, they're ingrained in your squad and they know what's going on. So yeah, but I think it's a big game. So you might want to start with somebody else there. You might want to start with, if you can afford to. Is Wilson Brown still fit?
Yeah.
And so if Knight Labelle's back and Wilson Brown's fit, and then you got Wright. I'm assuming Tafazoli, is he still out, or is it like a minor injury?
I think he just rested him in the week. I think.
Yeah. So like he can still be fit. You got Snow. He can play both sides, can't he? I think he's played both sides this season. So
it's unbelievable the options we've got back there now.
You know what I mean? So yeah,
we talk about our attacking options, but defensively, it is just it's astounding. I'd be very surprised if any of the new three start, because I don't think Batty's played an awful lot of football. I can't see Hoylett. I can't see.
I think if one of them's going to start, it will be Hoylett, and I think he'll slot in behind the two strikers. Personally, I'm not saying he will. I'm just saying out of the well, actually, no. Probably Batty is probably most likely to start. To be fair, but again, like I say, Batty hasn't actually played any games this season. That's the only concerning thing. Whereas Junior Hoylett has, although he hasn't been playing late, he has played games recently for Hibs. So I think if any of them are probably going to... Actually, I'm going to stick with what I said originally. I think if out of the three of them, I reckon Hoylett will probably start.
I think what was saying, sorry, was it's nice to have gone into like January, the window. I know it's always nice to add to the squad, but you know, sometimes it can be a desperate window where it's like we need someone in, but we've got a decent squad and we've added to it, so I feel like we're in a good position.
Yeah,
sorry, just before we carry on, just an important service announcement more than anything. StreamYard is currently reporting issues with Facebook. So I have put a message out on our socials, but if you know anyone who might be watching on Facebook, let them know that we're aware there's an issue. They may wish to move over to YouTube or X to continue enjoying this debate while we try and get it fixed. Sorry, guys, do continue.
Yeah, I was going to say, one thing Mellon won't do, he won't change his tactics because he plays on the break. He plays on the break and he likes to get it up to his strikers, but not very accurately. But he won't change that. And we're pretty good on the break. Actually, I think we're better away from home than we are at home on that.
I think that's sometimes where we can get a little bit carried away, obviously, where especially we're trying to sort of not chase the game for in fact, but even just to get the first goal sometimes, if it's not happened in the first half, we can end up lumping everybody up there and then just getting caught out on the counter-attack. And that, for me, that's not just this season, it's just a typical Swindon thing to do, to be honest with you. So, that is something that obviously I hope that we're very cautious of.
Yeah, we will play on the counter-attack. There's no doubt about that, and that's why I'm hoping he plays these new lads who are all quick. But I doubt he will. But we've got options, actually. We've got... if Garner's not fixed, he had a shoulder injury, so he might not play. But we've got Mike Fondop, and I don't want anybody to know. He's
everyone's favourite Mike Fondop.
He's a real maverick of a player.
Who sorry?
Mike Fondop. He just does what he wants. Yeah, he's a wrecking ball, really. But it causes a lot of problems, actually. But he's not done as well this season as he did. He got 20 last season in National League, but he's not done as well this season. Step too high for him. But he can be dangerous. I think he's underrated, is Fondop.
To be fair, Alf, when you last came on this podcast, we were talking about Quigley and that he hadn't scored in such a long time. And then, of course, he scored his first goal against us.
He did, but you don't start with him, don't you? They've sold him to Bristol.
They sold him.
£150,000. And I can't believe it. I think he's made a mistake and got the wrong Quigley. I think he thinks he's got Scott Quigley rather than Joe Quigley. And but it's amazing that. I mean, I didn't rate him at all. I was going to give him a free, mate. He scored against Swindon. Yeah, he did. But he's not.
They've probably seen that we've got Rovers in a few weeks. That's what it probably is. They're probably thinking, we'll get Quigley in and he'll score against us for Rovers. That's what it'll be.
Yeah, of course, we play them next week, so we probably will score against us anyway. But,
and then we've got them 2 weeks after.
But he's to me, he's just a big slow lump, cart horse, basically. And we're £150,000, I thought.
He's basically the professional football equivalent of me.
Week.
Yeah, and if we got Cabana in his place, who I believe is quite highly rated, and he's only young and going to get better, I think. That's That's brilliant, I think, that. Yeah.
Well,
but we've got options, but the one for me is Drummond, and I don't know. I like Drummond. He does everything but score. And if they get the ball to him, you'll panic, I'll tell you, because he's lightning fast. Yeah, and he works hard and all. Chases everything down lightning fast. Works well with Garner. Takes the weight off him. But I don't know whether he even stays like that. I don't know. If he starts a new player like Kavanagh, he might drop Drummond, and I don't want that. I want Drummond to start because he's a very, very dangerous player on the break, and that's what you need. So we'll see. I don't know his lineup. That's the problem now. I would have a few weeks ago. I would have known his lineup and said we'd be beaten heavily. Not so sure now.
Well, Rich, I saw James's comment a few comments ago where it said it clearly Alf's done his job, because James said it sounds like Oldham are going to cause us a few problems tomorrow. With everything that Alf said, what sort of game are you expecting tomorrow, Rich?
Probably similar to the first game, to be honest, because I think when we had you on last, Alf, I think you said that again, you were obviously very quick on the counter attack. You had those quick players now out in the wide areas and stuff like that. Although we very much counteracted that very much straight away. Because I'm pretty sure we scored in the opening minutes of that game. Yeah, I think it was Snowden that scored that, actually. And
he could do with a goal, couldn't he?
Yeah, he could do. He could do with a start, to be honest with you, mate. So I don't know. I like to think that we're probably going to dominate tomorrow. I really want us to, because I feel as if this is a game that potentially we're starting to get back on track now. After a few really dodgy games, we know we can score goals, but it's just the way that we approach this game needs to be with intent and for us to really, really go for it. But obviously, more importantly, get the win. And it's not going to be pretty. Oldham are in that sort of sticky area of the league where an upset can potentially happen and really, and not saying affect our season, but affect our flow. And I feel as if, like I've mentioned in our chat, that obviously we've seen Cambridge go on runs, we've seen Salford go on runs. We need to go on one ourselves now. We need
up the Accrington last night.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Do you know what? That's the first time I've ever called that as well, saying like, we're all out, aren't we, lads? And then they score within 3 minutes. But no, on a serious note though, we need to sort of go into this game with intent and actually prove why we're at the top end of the league. And I think, with all due respect, Alf, to Oldham, I feel as if that we need to really prove ourselves tomorrow.
We need to give someone a proper hiding, don't we? To prove
we do. And I'm waiting for Woody to come in and say that we're going to win like 5-0, because every time he does, we end up winning 5-0. So I need him to come in with that confidence. But no, we need to do that tomorrow. It's not going to be an easy game, but it's how we turn up and whether or not we really want this. So I really hope we do.
But I say, I'm not sure, because Oldham away form is pretty good at Oldham. They played some good sides away, top of the table sides away, and they beat them. And they should have won at Barnet a few weeks ago, away at Barnet, and they totally dominated the game, and somehow lost it 3-2. And they had a man sent off. So at the end, and they won it. So
Alf, I don't suppose you're making the trip down tomorrow, are you?
No, sorry, no. I can't no.
Damn it.
Yeah. I'll probably miss it next season because you'll be high division, won't you? So
I like that, Alf. I love that confidence. Thank you, mate. Garth, we'll talk about the reasons why, obviously, a little bit later in tonight's show. But I've seen a couple of comments on social media, I think one or two possibly even in the chat tonight. We had a false dawn the other week where everyone said there'd be a siege mentality. But given the events of this week, do you think we could see this siege mentality where Holloway's got the players and gone, it's us against the world. They're all against us. Let's go. Let's win this game. Let's get promoted. You know, step by step. It's win the game, get promoted, win the league. Let's shove it up the EFL for all intensive purposes.
I'd like to think so. I actually did think that, mate. I was like, I thought it was something along the lines of like, you know, what Mourinho used to do back in the day when the side were playing badly or when he'd have a bad run of results or something. He'd go into the press room afterwards and kick off like about something and turn it all into the big Mourinho show. So I don't know. I think maybe Holloway did that in a sense, you know, take a bit of pressure off the players because performances haven't been maybe as good as people was expecting. But I feel like you know, throughout the season there's gonna be a blip of form, aren't they? And like we've been pretty consistent up to now. We have had a bad like sort of run of form. It was more, you know, some of the performances were a bit lackluster and whatnot.
Yeah. What sort of team? Yeah. What sort of opposition were you struggle against then? I
feel like that's always the thing in this league. I feel like it doesn't matter. It's about who turns up on the day and who wants it more sometimes, isn't it?
So it's not the opposition tactics then. It's not the opposition tactics.
Well, yeah, I don't want to take anything away from anybody, but yeah, of course, when they come and they set up the right way, we can find, you know, if you're sort of relying on any single player, I think losing Munro for us was a bit of a shock because he was one of our most consistent players and stuff. So it takes him, instead of being one of the first names on the team sheet, he's out and you're setting up your defense a little bit differently and stuff. So I think, yeah, tactically we maybe suffered a bit losing Munro. But yeah, the way other teams are set up in League Two, I just feel like on the day, there's nothing to say Oldham don't come and turn us over. But you've got to go out there and you've got to go out there with the right sort of head on and the right mentality. And I think that siege mentality might be what we need. The county ground's been a bit of a fortress for us since Holloway come in. We've won a lot of games at the county ground, so fingers crossed.
What I love about this, and it's textbook FRI. We've got a guest on from Oldham who, 2.5 minutes ago said won't be able to go to the game next season because you'll be in a different division. You know, really positive about Swindon. The first actual Fools panelists we have on are, you know, there's every chance Oldham come and turn us over. It's so FRI of us that it's that way round. I can see Sean.
That's so League Two.
They have surprised other teams. I think there's only two teams really that's dominated. I think Notts County, I think, and Cheltenham. I think it was.
Didn't you beat Walsall? I mean, with all due respect, Walsall, they're the ultimate bowl jobs. But didn't you beat them a couple of weeks ago?
Beat them easily. Yeah, beat them easily.
Beat them easily.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, that's a statement. I mean, I know they're the ultimate bottle jobs, but Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a great stat, by the way. Stat for you all, just for anyone looking to enjoy the game tomorrow. Scott's pulled one out for us here. Swindon have scored 8 goals in the last 5 games. Oldham have scored 7 goals in the last 5 games. Both teams know where the net is.
So it's going to be a 5-0 draw, is what you're saying.
Oh no, he's pulled out the Swindon haven't lost to Oldham in the last 8 meetings.
But Oldham strikers don't know where the net is. That's the problem. The other players might do, but the strikers don't. So that could change. If the strikers score tomorrow, Oldham could win. Let's put it that way. If they take the chances, Oldham could win on the break. And it's because it's melon. We call it melon ball at Oldham, where it just the wing backs and the centre backs just hoof it upfield, really, either to the wide men or up front, you know, and hope something comes off, and it does occasionally, yeah. So that's what they'll play. That's what they'll do.
James went with Oldham don't concede many, to which Scott replied, Oldham haven't kept a clean sheet in the last 5 matches.
No, they struggle. I say it's 2 centre backs.
Swindon have only kept 1 clean sheet in about 5 months, it seems.
But you're only as good as your last game, mate.
This is it.
Apparently we weren't very good, though. That's what people were saying, aren't they? I wasn't actually at the game, so I can't say how bad we were. But
so it's going to be
just before I ask you all, for your predictions for tomorrow. I can see that Sean has commented, and I can see Jez has commented. It looks like Facebook is possibly back. But if they are getting it, I have posted again on Facebook that StreamYard is having issues. So please do move over to YouTube or X if you're still encountering them. More facts coming in. Ryan Woods has created the most big chances, 7. And then 26 conceded, lowest in the league. I think that's got to be Oldham. That's certainly in Swindon. He conceded 26 this month.
Yeah, that's what. But if the centre backs get the act together like they did early in the season, then it could be okay, and they could be a surprise on.
Okay, let's see how confident we all are then. Rich, I'm going to start with you. A prediction for tomorrow, please.
I'm going to say, I'm going to be positive. I'm going to say a 3-1 win for Swindon.
Nice, love that. How about you, Garth?
I'm going to say 1-0 Town, 1-0 Swindon. I think it'll be a hard-fought game. I think we'll grind it out, but that's all I really care about is 3 points. So yeah, 1-0.
Okay. Waz, let's go to you next.
I think it's going to. I'm with Garv. I don't think this is going to be a. I think this is going to be a real tough game. I don't think we're quite after the performance on Tuesday. I don't think we're out of. Don't get me wrong. We showed a lot of character to get the 3 points Tuesday night, but I just can't see us being in the position of rolling teams over at the moment. I think we're still a bit fragile after the weeks where we got beat against the teams around us. For me, it's a must-win game. Like, if we want to be where we are, we've got to beat. No disrespect to Oldham, but we've got to beat these teams. We've got to. It's two experienced managers, Holloway versus Mellon, and it's going to be a tactical. Do you know what I mean? How they're going to do it, and you can't even predict the teams at the moment. For me, our side are just but Holloway will have an idea of how he wants to do it. I can see us just shaving it. I think it could be very tight till the end, and then we get I was going to say 1-0 like Garth, but maybe sort of 2. But it's not going to be one of those that is a convincing 2. I could see it being 1-0 till the 85th, and then we're holding on, and we get one on the break. Maybe I don't know, but I just at the moment any win for us is what we need, and I'll take any score line as long as it's Swindon winning. But I can see it being a real tough game, and like I said, two experienced managers putting themselves up against each other. We need to win.
Okay, Alf, how about you?
I'm going for 3-1 Oldham. Kavanagh hat-trick.
Yeah. Good man.
PTSD. That's
if he starts. Yeah. No, they could do it. They could actually catch you on the break. And as they've done to many other teams this season, they've caught them on the break. And we're pretty good at that, but we haven't been able to finish them off because usually hit the first man. But if we have some like a fox in the box, which I believe he is, and we've not had this season, we could do it, I think. So I'll go for that one. Yeah, I'll go for 3-1.
Yeah.
James doesn't like Alf's confidence.
Yeah. It did worry me a bit, to be fair.
I'm obviously my heart will always tell me that Swindon are going to win, but I hate when all of the panelists say that Swindon are going to win. So he's followed it up, by the way. 3-1 away win. Stop scaring us, Alf. And then Scott said, put Alf back on the shelf.
You wouldn't have guessed that Swindon are near the top of the league, would you? If you didn't have a clue, we wouldn't have been convincing, would we? It's like
absolutely not.
Oldham are right near the top.
We've beaten top of the league away before 2 or 3 times this season. Yeah,
I think you'll bang on with it because no disrespect, but I think Mickey Mellon is clever. These games are brilliant because there's no pressure on Oldham, is there? Do you know what I mean? There's no real expectation for it.
But the fans don't like him because we just don't play football. You won't see any passing from Oldham, basically. You might midfielders won't pass to each other.
But if you can hurt teams like that, if you can hurt teams doing that, I can see why he keeps doing it. Do you know what I mean? If you can hurt teams away from home, I think at home when you need to be the impetus is on you, I think that's where you struggle. But away from home, I think you can do that. You can set up how Mellon wants to, and it can be tough for teams like us to break you down and to beat you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm going to opt, as I said, my heart will always say Swindon are going to win, but for the nature of being live on the internet and not wanting it to jinx us because everyone's gone for a win, I'm going to say it's going to be a 2-2 draw, which I believe is the same result as the first game.
No, it was 2-1. We won 2-1.
We were 1, mate.
It was 2-1.
Oh, yes, you are right. You are right.
It was 2-1, but I remember that game going back. I think Oldham did have quite a few chances in that game.
We were totally dominant, and then you come back into it, and it was a decent game towards the end. Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Fyfie, I can't have me being the most. I can't have me being the most. Confident of a win tomorrow. Positive. That's the word I was looking for. Positive. Tomorrow. Well, so come on, you gotta think of a better score.
Okay. Well, look. My head is saying 2-2. My heart is saying 7-1. How's that?
What a result that will be.
Well, if it's 7-1, then Mellon sacked straight after the match.
No, what you didn't know, Alfie, was saying 7-1 Oldham.
Yeah.
Well, always sacked straight after the match.
That won't be the first time this season where we've sacked the manager straight after the game.
Is it?
Bristol Rovers. Yeah, Bristol Rovers. Yeah, he got sacked after the match.
I don't like to blow my own trumpet either, Alf, but once last season I predicted us to score 6 or 7 and it did come in. So be wary that I have got previous to this as well.
Yeah. I remember all the way from his Blackpool days, as I remember, they scored goals but let a lot in as well. So I don't know if he's carrying that
sounds about right.
That was his, sometimes they were like 5-4s and things like that when he's at Blackpool.
Well, if you score 7 and we score 8, it might end up being like that, Alf.
No, it's really
I'm not sure my blood pressure can take an 8-7. I'm really not sure my blood pressure could take it.
Nobody said no score. Oh.
Will you be watching on TV tomorrow, Alf?
Yeah, I'll be watching that. Yeah.
Listen, thank you again for coming on and joining us for the last 45 minutes or so. Your time is very, very much appreciated. I hope you enjoy the rest of the season after tomorrow. And please don't be a stranger on FRI. We'd love to get you involved again. Maybe in some of our summer chaos while there's no football on, we could get you on again.
Yeah, I was going to say that if you're playing a team that Oldham have played, maybe and you're playing a week or two after, I'll scout them for you.
I'd appreciate that. Yes, let's get some Alf reports.
Alf, the Rovers report. Yeah, next week.
Yeah, so there may be a game. I don't know where Oldham play 1 week and they play them.
Well, I think there's 2 weeks between. I think there's 2 weeks between you and us playing Bristol Rovers.
Yeah, you can do a Rovers report for us.
Do we play Bristol Rovers?
And then we play them.
We've got them at the end of the month. We've got them on the 28th. So if you've got them next week, that's only a week in between. Well, a week in between. So.
Okay. So when do Oldham play Bristol Rovers? That's on the. Have you got the date of that one?
That's next weekend, isn't it?
Yeah. So are you on Friday again next week then?
We'll be on Friday again.
No, it's the Friday after. The Friday after.
Friday after the 20th. Yeah.
So that's the time to come on then, is it?
All right. We'll sort that out, Al.
Yeah. Okay, so alert me about that one then. I'll do a scouting job on Bristol Rovers for you. And
fantastic.
Particularly this lad Quigley, who.
Exactly. I can't wait to hear your report on him, Alf.
Well, I can tell you he's useless.
Right. Again, we're getting comments saying top man, Alf. Thanks again for your time. Have a great weekend, football aside, hopefully. You too. And we'll chat again very, very soon.
Okay, nice to meet you. Thank you.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah.
Take care, mate.
Bye.
Oh,
what a lad Alf is. I absolutely love Alf.
Yeah.
Top lad. Love him to bits. Right, let's get on to other matters. It wouldn't be the FRI show if we didn't cover the major talking subject of the week. We have to talk about it as much as we probably don't want to, and that is the decision to is expel the right word? Kick out, throw away, ruin our chances, whatever you want to say. We are out officially of the Virtue Trophy. Luton, remarkably, have been reinstated. I mean, I don't think they deserve to go for either. They ultimately lost the game. But Luton are back in. I was driving down to the theatre on Wednesday when the news broke, and I read it in the lobby, and poor Aidan, we'd gone to watch Christmas Carol Goes Wrong in Avebury, of all places. Avebury? Aylesbury? One of the two. And he had to stand there for a good 10 minutes in the lobby on his own while I was checking out what was happening. And ultimately, I was left with a real sour taste in my mouth. Yes, I'm sure there's reasoning. Yes, I'm sure there's something that resembles logic in the decision somewhere. But I was left extremely frustrated because I felt there was enough grey area in all of the debate that Swindon weren't wholly responsible. I know there are a large proportion and percentage of the fans who ultimately don't really care about the Virtue Trophy, but we were on our way to Wembley, I felt. And I said weeks ago when we drew Peterborough, the winner of that game wins the tournament. And now we will never find out because we've been unceremoniously kicked out. I'm very, very, very annoyed still at it. And yes, I know people can throw the pros and cons for the decision being made, the pros and cons for us being out of the competition. But I personally, I'm not upset. Upset would be the wrong emotion to describe. I'm just still very, very frustrated and with tinge of anger moved into it. Of course, that's coincided with the fact that even though we knew it was coming, 24 hours later, there was the announcement that my new hometown club, if you like, Leicester City, got their 6-point deduction. And I'm just very much in a fuck the EFL kind of mood this week. But it's an absolute, it's a conspiracy. They are a shambles of an organisation, and it is corruption of the highest order, because for every example they can give us, we can show teams fielding ineligible players, teams fielding wrong players, and all of the like, where they've only got a fine and not been kicked out. It's an absolute shambles. And I, for one, will go on record before we have a proper conversation about this as saying I am fucking angry about the decision that's been made, because I genuinely felt we were going to win the competition. And this is why, going back to the question I asked Garv earlier, I really hope Holloway goes peak Holloway now and goes like Chelsea-level Mourinho and just fucking, let's do it, lads. It's us against the world. And do you know what? It's at this moment, you know the thing where they say it's at this moment he knew he fucked up? It's at this moment that EFL are going to know they fucked up, because I am all in now. I know we've joked about it throughout the season. HMS, piss this fucking league, set sail now, because everyone is getting on the end of this. Everyone is going to feel the end of the frustration. And I know this is going to get clipped, because we're now going to get destroyed by Oldham tomorrow, and we're going to be like, what the fuck's happened? But I am very, very annoyed, very angry. I kind of know where you will sit on this one. I'm going to go to Woz first, because I know you're not necessarily a fan of the competition anyway. But as a Swindon fan, how are you feeling about the decision that was made on Wednesday?
Yeah, you know I'm not a massive fan of the competition, but I totally agree with you. The way we've been treated is absolutely disgusting. Like, you look at the scenarios and everything else, feared an ineligible player, oh, fine. Everything linked to a fine and nothing wrong with, you know, I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous. I do agree. I can't. I'm hoping now we can flip this into a positive, and that our league form now goes rocketing upwards, because I think we need something like this to galvanise and to give, you know what I mean, after the run of results we've had against the teams, everything was getting a little bit, not fractured, but you know what I mean, people were going, oh, well, are we really going to be up for this? This has got to have galvanised the players, and inside the camp, it's got to be very much that siege mentality now. And like you say, fuck this league, fuck the EFL, do you know what I mean? And properly, let's go for this and get promoted and get out of this shite league. If it was me, and I'm not a big fan of this competition anyway, I would fucking boycott it next year. I wouldn't be nowhere fucking. If I was Swindon Town, I'd be fucking putting the kids in, and I'd be going, and I no disrespect to the kids, but I'd be going, you know what, fuck this competition next year, because I wouldn't even give a shit about it. Not that I'm not a massive fan of it anyway, but just the way we've been treated, I think it is absolutely bang out of order. There's no way that Luton should be reinstated. If they were going to kick us out, Plymouth should have just got a bye and just gone straight through. You know what I mean? I think even the way that they've been treated as well, Plymouth making to wait. And, you know, I know they.
I feel sorry for Plymouth.
Yeah.
It's been a joke for them.
But luckily, the game isn't going to happen next week now, because they complained and said, look, we're not happy with the preparation time and everything like that. So they've had that been allowed to be moved. So, but for me, I'm not a big fan of it. And next year, I would be fucking, if Holloway's still here, I could see him doing it. I could see him just going, you know what, fuck this. We'll take a fine if we make too many changes or whatever the rule is for the game. I would go, fuck this competition. I wouldn't even give it the time of day. And I hope that's the way that we go now. First thing, I want us to get promoted. I want us to fuck the EFL that way and show us that we can still have success and do it without this. I just don't want it to tarnish our season and we go like, I know a day, let's put it this way, we were still a couple of games from Wembley, weren't we? So or whatever it was. And you know what I mean? We were going to come up against some tough teams. You know what I mean? Plymouth weren't going to be, I know we've beaten a few League One teams, but yeah, I was getting more excited as the competition went on. So it is a shame, but fuck them now. Let's just, this fully focused on the league. We've got a good squad. Fuck the competition next year. Let's get promoted. Let's be in League One. And then let's just really show some arrogance and go, you know what? Fuck this competition, because I wouldn't give it the time of day anymore. Absolutely fuck them.
I also...
and I'm sorry, I've never sworn so much on this podcast. That really got me then. I apologise. I'm not really a big fan of that. But
no, mate, it's fine. I've already seen like 4 different fuck the EFL mentions in the chat. It's fine. Everyone's at it. We're getting everyone riled up, ready for the game.
Yeah.
I will ask the other guys their opinions as well. But while I fully acknowledge that every human being, ourselves included, we're not perfect. Every human being is culpable for mistakes. Fully accept that. The way Swindon have been treated, and I know I'm biased as a Swindon fan, I hope and I expect, not that anyone from the EFL will be watching this, but I hope someone passes this on to them. I hope and expect to see that the officials on the day are being reprimanded for their part in this. I hope to see that the members of the EFL who have been part of this process are reprimanded for their part in this. And I hope to see that there is equality in the nature of the punishments, that if someone has done something wrong, they're expelled from such competition. For example, if you saw the story of Reading's assistant kitman, he got a 6-game ban for doing something, you know, he got 1 game less than Clark got for what was a foul and abusive slur of the referee. I hope Reading are kicked out of the competition for that. That happens to be League One. Man City are currently facing 126 charges still of financial irregularity. I hope they're kicked out of their competition for that, because if Swindon have been deemed to have done something wrong that warrants being kicked out of the competition, the equality of the crime should carry over. They should all be kicked out of the relevant competitions, because it's the only fair way. They cannot, no one can tell me that how they have treated Swindon is how they have treated everybody else in similar circumstances. They have wanted to make an example, and they have picked the wrong fucking club, because if there's any club who is going to trash these corrupt organisations all over social media, it is Swindon Town.
I've come back for the right episode, I reckon.
Yeah, we love an argument. We love to state our point, and the only thing we love more than arguing with each other is telling the EFL they are fucking corrupt. All the Swindon fans, I'm expecting, I saw the comment, I can't remember who it was. I will scroll back and find it. I am expecting some sort of fuck the EFL chant at the game tomorrow. Fully expecting 100%. It. I am expecting at least one little banner that says fuck the EFL, whether that's in the town end. Do you know what? It wouldn't surprise me if you saw a fuck the EFL banner behind the dugouts in the Arkle stand. It would be pure fucking poetry.
Fyfie, you say they've picked the wrong club. They've picked the wrong manager. Like Holloway is. Are they just sitting there going, "Oh, you know what? We'll take him on." And Holloway, I was looking at his. I know we're going to go on to it, but I was looking at his post-match, pre-match today for Oldham. I was thinking, I want to hear about like what's going to happen tomorrow, and there was nothing about tomorrow. It was all about. I was like, all I heard that Tapazoli and Wilson Brown were back, and I was like, right, okay, is that the only thing? I was like, the rest of it was just absolutely Kane in the EFL.
Yeah. I love it. That's the angriest I've ever heard. Fyfie, or was it? I was going to say Fyfie, but it's not probably the angriest I've ever heard. Fyfie, it definitely was.
I think I'm enunciating quite well, considering how angry I am at the subject. Rich, in recent weeks, when you have graced us with your presence, you've been quite passionate and outspoken, even more than normal. So, how do you feel about the subject?
How do you feel, Rich?
How do I feel? I don't know, boys. No, genuinely, I think it's number one, farcical. 2, an embarrassment. For me, though, the EFL aren't really going to give two shits, to be honest with you. The thing is, they'll receive some media attention, but it'll be from the one club. And that won't be enough for them to really be like, ah, shit, we've made a mistake here, lads, guys, whatever, anybody in the organisation, that's the problem. So they're not going to give two shits. It doesn't matter what we do, what we say, or what happens. It's happened now, and we have to, like Holloway's done. He's made peace with it, and we move on.
Oh, he hasn't. He has not made peace with it. He may have done a very good interview.
No, hang on. Whoa. Let me hang on. Whoa. He's made peace with it because he has to, not because he wants to. He's made peace with it because he has to bite his tongue. I'm not saying he's wanted to make peace
he
because
is stewing inside.
Of course he is. Absolutely, 100%. But I completely agree, and everything that he's that he said, and I said it before he said it today. I think the main thing that's an embarrassment is the fact that we have been expelled and that Luton have been allowed in. For me, it doesn't matter whether or not you've lost because an ineligible player has played. For me, you've lost the game and you've lost it fairly and squarely. Okay? Doesn't matter what happens. So you should not be able to continue in said competition. Okay? And EFL have scored an own goal there. They really, really have. They've really, really shot themselves in the foot on that one. But they're not going to give two shits about it. But I completely agree with Wazza. We should do everything we can. I mean, I can tell you a lot of our fans have already boycotted this competition for a number of years now. But now we really, really have to do it. We really, really have to.
Can genuinely see 0 fans at the first game next season.
Yeah.
It is an absolute embarrassment to the competition. And I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like this before, where a team has been expelled and then the team that got knocked out.
By the way, what a comment this is. Just on the point you're making right now, Rich, what a comment this is.
Well, I mean, exactly.
Luton are a League One team that had home advantage on a night game and still lost.
No comment. Yeah,
it's reinstated, should they? It's embarrassing, Luton. Really, it usually.
Luton
do you know what?
Reinstated.
No, exactly. Do you know what? I think that's the. Do you know what? I don't even care us getting expelled from the competition. If I'm being really honest with you, it's more the fact that a team that lost at home, that are a division above us, are reinstated into the competition. That is the embarrassment here. Nothing else. It doesn't matter. Okay, we made a boo-boo and stuff like that. That's fine. Okay, yeah, all right. Expel us. Don't reinstate a team that had lost to us, where 90% of the squad were eligible to play, and only that
all
one
the players
player
were eligible to play.
Well, yeah, according to the portal of whatever. And this is the other thing as well, right? And, you know, maybe EFL need to look at themselves, because with every organisation or any sort of any organisation, they have risks and controls in place. And we're in a world of technology where obviously Holloway was very outspoken today. He is very old school, where you would just hand over the paper sheet with everybody's name written down on it. There you go. No admin errors, no issues. Whatever the hell happens, right? But unfortunately now we are swamped with technological things that are in place for us to be more efficient and for us to tell us where a player is either eligible or ineligible, and that should tell us whether or not we can play that player or not.
And this isn't giving the EFL any excuse. It almost paints the picture more for Swindon. But we are a club who, in recent years, have been built on admin issues, and they're giving us just cause to make admin issues.
Yeah, but again, like every club are in the same boat, so I'm not really too concerned about that. But the fact that something has happened to their system or whatever the hell has happened, they should have controls in place in order for us to sufficiently submit our team sheet properly. That is supposed to be. Now, whether or not it was a secretarial issue or not, we don't know. We are taking Holloway's word for it of what actually happened. And if we're going by what Holloway has said today, that there was something wrong with their portal, that wasn't right for us to make the correct submission of said eligible squad or whatever happens. I'm not really too sure, but if we're going by that, if you look at it from the flip side of things, and if it was a secretarial issue, then I know Holloway is trying to defend our secretary and everything like that. But for me, and I think we've heard as well that she's very suspicious anyway. I think we got her from Barrow, didn't we? And everybody hated her at Barrow, didn't they? Allegedly, yeah. Oh, it should put it this way: she didn't come to us with a good reputation. So for me,
allegedly.
she should be sacked. Yeah, allegedly. But for me, she should be sacked. Plain and simple. But again, like
stacking our own staff at this point.
But again, there should always be a backup in place for when technological issues come up. Okay, there should always be a backup, and if there isn't, then that's on the EFL.
Okay. Garth,
you've been no, it's their job. It's their job. They got to do it. It's their job.
It's hard to come in after that, isn't it?
To be fair,
pin her off. That's it. She needs to go. She needs to put that. I'm not with
that. Go full Arsenal TV on it.
Yeah, literally.
I get people make mistakes, but to be fair, that's quite a big mistake. I'm not saying that it was her fault. I'm just saying that.
If it was her
to
fault.
be honest with you,
fuck me,
I'm just saying, if it was her fault, then yes, there should be, whatever happens in there. But the thing is, though, from what it sounds like, is that there are
Stop backtracking now, Rich. You've dialed in, mate. You've
dialed in. Double down on it.
Hang on.
You wanted her in on a stick a minute ago.
Right, no. So from what it sounds like and what Holloway is saying is that there are flaws in whatever EFL's technological portal is, and that's on the EFL. So fuck the EFL. And
sack the secretary.
Yeah.
No, don't fuck the secretary. Sack the secretary.
You've been dared to say after this last 25 minutes that you actually quite like the EFL.
To be fair, I'll take a little bit of everything that each one of you have said, and I'm like, right, yeah, I agree. I agree with bits of it. I think all of you went off on the deep end at one point or another, but I'd say.
Do you agree that the secretary should be sacked?
No, probably not. I'd say probably not. I'm not really for her losing her job. Maybe.
Oh my God! Someone's actually said Rich is entertaining in the chat. We're never going to hear the end of it. Clip it.
I'd say as for right. So the bit that what was said that I don't agree with. I can understand where he's coming from, but I didn't agree with was just the bit where he said fuck the tournament off next year. I can't lie, up until probably this season, up until Holloway came in, I didn't care for this tournament at all. And I remember having the conversation with Woody before where Woody said, the sort of like the pot you get for winning this tournament, I think is better than like the Carabao Cup or something like that. And, it's a trip to Wembley and whatnot, it's silverware. So, yeah, since Holloway's come in and he's taken it quite seriously, I feel like he started putting out proper sides. There was a time there where we were putting out like the youth
it's
team.
because we've got the squad to do that now.
Exactly,
that's the reason, isn't it? It's
I'm fully behind what Fyfie said in that I 100% think we were going to win it. I think we definitely were going to win it, and now we've been kicked out of it. We were definitely going to win it. That's all that anyone can say.
It's without question we will win.
That's it. You can't. Yeah, there's nothing. There's no debate. We were going to win it, but now we're out of it. I hope Luton go on to win it, so then we can say we beat the winners. I don't really think, I like you were saying. It's strange. It feels strange that they're able to go on into the next round, but at the same time, I don't really think. I feel like if we were on the other end of it, if we were in Luton's position, you'd sort of be expecting that if the other team's been thrown out, that you're going to get put through. So I don't really hold anything against them. Admin errors happen, don't they? So whatever. But yeah, as I say, next year I'd like to think maybe it's not like you don't want to. I just think it's one of those things. If you can bring money into the club, we're always struggling for extra funds, isn't we? So it's like we had a real good chance this year. So it is a pain in the ass.
We're gonna fuck it off next year. Don't worry about that, mate.
Yeah, fuck the EFL, sack the secretary. But yeah, now we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, mate. Like I say, hope Luton go on and win it.
Up the Luton. Up the Luton. Fuck.
I can't hear you.
Yeah, I was going to say I thought it was mine then.
Can't hear you. Can't hear you. Fyfie's done it. I thought with Liam after the end of the show last week was winding us up.
Rich started booing, but I think he was on mute.
Yeah, he was on mute.
Who's running the rest of the show then, lads? Is it me or?
Well, you do. Yeah, oh no, he's back. He's back, isn't he?
Yeah, you still can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
The fuck?
No,
of course you can. Of course you can. You can hear the word fuck.
Yeah, we just needed you to swear, mate, and it would have been fine.
Yeah, sorry. I think the cat got excited and pulled out the wire.
That fucking cat.
Fucking honestly, fuck the cat. Fuck the EFL. Fuck the Luton.
Fuck the
secretary.
Do you know what? I really hope somebody does bring a massive banner saying "fuck the EFL" tomorrow. I really do.
Well, you could bring your banner.
Yeah. You bring yours as well.
Sack the cat. Hashtag sack the cat.
Sack the cat.
Get it trending.
Trending. Lipo says Fyfie has ranted so much he's ruined his mind. At the end of the day, no matter how we feel about it, we do have to unfortunately move on.
Fuck it off. Let's not worry about it now. We're going to piss the. We're going to finish top 3. Fuck this league, and then that's it. Come on, Fyfie. Come on now.
To be fair, we could probably do with the distractions. Like I said at the start of this month. This month is very much Tuesday, Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday, whatever it is.
The only thing I will argue, and Jay made a great point, Jay, in the chat about he called me out for it, saying that the competition has been good this year because our squad's been an awful lot better. So we've been able to play. I know, but to be able to play the fringe players and stuff like that, I totally agree to get the minutes into. That's why I've never had a massive interest in this competition because we've never had a big But like when we've not had a big enough squad, these games are more of a distraction for me. But with a bigger squad, I totally understand and I get it. But after all of this, I'm one that I didn't like the competition anyway, and I fuck it off now. I can see where Garth's coming from with the money side of things and that, but I'm just like, after something like this, I dig your heels in and tell them.
I think it was Holloway's first game might have been. Well, when he came in, I think we played Tottenham in it or something.
Tottenham under 21.
He was sat in the stands when he sort of coached from the stands, and from then I think I've just been really into it in comparison to what it was like a couple of years ago. It was just like no interest at all.
Yeah, but he takes every competition seriously.
So you should.
He doesn't hold any prisoners. He goes for every competition. If there's silverware available, he wants it. He'll go for it. Sort of thing.
If we got to Wembley, I think everyone starts taking it seriously then, don't they?
I know so many people that I've spoken to that say, "Oh, I won't go to the games," but if we get to Wembley, I will be there, like something like that. Exactly.
Yeah,
So
that's
you know,
what
'cause it's the day out at Wembley.
That was definitely me. Yeah. 100%.
Well, so you've been at the game. Oh, but you've been in the posh seats, to be fair. So that doesn't really count.
I've been to a couple of the home ones. I went to the West Ham under-21s one. Yeah, that was because Theo was a mascot, and I'm not a big enough fan of the competition, like I've said, but I understand people that want to and quite enjoy it and go and watch. Yeah, I've said this years ago, I've never been a massive fan of the competition. I don't like the format of it, and but fuck it. I don't want to go to Wembley this year anyway. I want to be in the top 3 and get out of this league. Thank you.
Okay, let's turn our attention to Sunday action and what's going on locally with the women's sides. I know that Bassett themselves, they have an away game at Bitton. Rich, how difficult a challenge do you think Bassett might find that on Sunday?
If the game goes ahead, I think they'll find it challenging. Obviously, I was with Bassett when we did play Bitton last year, and they absolutely...
Is Bitton the tractor team?
Yes.
They put the tractor in the goal mouth so you can play?
Correct, yes, absolutely. That was them. And they really, they properly screwed us over last time. And we caution just played.
Wait.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay. So no, that's fine. If you're talking about Bitton, that's fine.
Yeah, Bitton. Sorry, yeah. We played Bitton 2 weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago, or whatever. And it literally almost pretty much the same thing happened, except minus the tractor and the fact that we did actually play on a Sunday. But we had to warm up in mini goals. And the pitch was not up to scratch. It should not have gone ahead. The pitch was so boggy. It was dreadful. So with the weather we've had, and if their men's team is playing tomorrow, I think they'll find it quite challenging conditions, considering the way that Bassett like to play. So I don't know. It'd be interesting. To be honest with you, we shouldn't have really lost a bit. And we had 4 amazing chances in the first half, and we didn't take them. So I'm sure Bassett will create chances, and if they create chances and they take them, they win the game. But if they don't, Bitton will punish you, and they certainly punished us. So I think that's something that Bassett will probably have to just think about. But yeah, it'll be a good game. It'll be an interesting game. It'll be a game that I'll be keeping an eye out for. But yeah.
Okay. Swindon Town women, they also are away from home. They're at Ascot on Sunday, weather permitting.
Yeah, that'll be another challenging game for Swindon. Oh, sorry, I wasn't sure if you were coming to me or not.
I'm sticking with you for the women's football in Wookie's absence.
Oh, sure. Was it? Do you not want to take this one now?
I'd love to, mate, but I don't know enough. Sorry,
Garth.
I'm sorry, mate. I was hoping that you weren't going to ask me then, mate. I thought he won't be there. He won't drop me in it like that, will he?
Rich isn't going to be a dick, is he? Of course he is.
Good man. No, I'm only jesting. Again, that'd be another tough game for them against Ascot. Ascot have got a really good team. They struggle. I want to say, yeah. Ascot's 3G now. Fair enough. Swindon found it tough at home against Ascot. I believe that was a 1-0 win for Swindon at home at the County Ground. So I think it'd be a challenging game for them, and especially the fact that they obviously lost away to Maidenhead last week as well. They'll obviously want to come back and get some retribution and stake their claim at the top of the league. But I'll be interested again on that one as well, because again, that was a bit of a freak result last week. Didn't expect that one. Good luck to Swindon, but it won't be an easy task.
Now, Scott's waiting for it. He really, really wants it, and he wants you to cosplay as Woody. We've spoken about Bassett. We've spoken about Swindon. You're slightly biased, so I've presumed that this one's going to win this week's award, and I'm going to try and subtly dub, so you won't notice the difference, everyone's favourite jingle.
Woody's Women's Football Pick of the Week. Bassett, Swindon, a caution to see. One big match, the spotlight's clear. Your fixture focus starts right here. Woody's Pick
Rich!
of the Week.
We
Talk to us
needed
about
that.
caution then, Rich.
Pick of
Love
the
that.
week is Caution versus Stockwood at home, which is now postponed.
Okay.
Yes, Rich. Damn it. Woody's choice is Bit and Bassett. So if your game is postponed, you could have fucking told me that before the show went on, you prick. Which one of the two that you spoke about is your pick of the week?
Hasn't been officially confirmed yet. However, the men's game tomorrow is officially officially postponed, and I have seen the pitch, and we are expecting more rain tomorrow, and it is literally like a mud bath at Caution. So for me, it is absolutely. Although we haven't had official word yet, I can pretty much say now it is definitely going to be called off. Yeah, there's absolutely wow. There's
It's not
absolutely
official,
no
but
way.
definitely.
There is no way that game is going ahead on Sunday.
Much like everyone's relationships, Rich, until it's Facebook official, I won't believe it.
Yeah, I think it'll be called. I'm surprised it hasn't been officially called off yet already, but it'll probably get officially called off tomorrow.
Scott says, sack the cat, sack the secretary, sack Rich, and fuck the EFL. Wow, what a show. And Woody says Dragons Academy versus Chippenham Town is my pick of the week, as it means I can't watch Swindon with the eye roll emoji.
Where is Dragons Academy? That's what I want to know.
In a cave somewhere.
Wales.
Where? Sorry.
Dragons. I
A
don't
cave
know.
in Wales.
Yeah.
Oh right. Okay. Fair. Yeah.
James says Rich just wants everyone out of employment, so people want to watch the world burn.
Sack the world. Classic. Lights off. You know you.
Lights off, show's done.
Yeah.
Oh, incredible.
Yeah, but for me, Bitten and Bassett would be an interesting game. But to be honest with you, the most likely game that will go ahead will probably be the game that will likely go ahead, as per Woody's comment, is probably Swindon and Ascot because it's on a 3G pitch.
Sorry, Rich, just briefly, I need to ask Woody while he's watching in on X. By the way, I hope you enjoyed the birthday party, Woody. I'm guessing it's not that good if you're commenting in on our show. But have you checked the handbook to make sure that's correct?
Probably looked at the portal first.
Yeah.
The portal's telling he's playing in Bristol.
No such thing at grassroots level. It's still paper exchange, was it? So yeah.
The best way.
He's been sent a telegram.
The telegram, yeah.
A pigeon has delivered that he is playing in Bristol.
No, come on, Secretary. Are you sure she's got it right, or should she be sacked too?
Sack them all.
Scott said, has Rich checked the handbook to see if his game of the week is definitely off?
No, to be honest with you, Ascot and Swindon, obviously, if you can make it up to Ascot, is the most likely of games to go ahead because, well, as Woody's comment, apparently it's on a 3G, so it will definitely go ahead. But yeah, Swindon and Bitten, that'll be an interesting one. I'd be interested to see because it was almost called off. It was almost called off when we played them a couple of weeks ago. So I'll be very interested to see if that game goes ahead. So I hope it does. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, pick of the week will probably have to be, if it goes ahead, Bitton and Bassett. If it doesn't, by default, it'll be Swindon versus Ascot.
Okay, excellent stuff. Before we finish tonight, boys, Mike has the other comment that he wanted us to talk about. It was already on my agenda, Mike. Fear not. I may have started late, but I was prepared nonetheless.
No Harrogate review. No Harrogate review tonight.
We're getting to it. We're getting to it. In a week where Swindon Town have been penalised for admin errors, why wouldn't we announce an admin error? Does anyone want to jump in on the fact that Table hasn't gone on loan to Bath, but he's gone elsewhere?
Well, he's gone to the next league, one league below us. I think it's a better test for him, isn't it? So the error doesn't. Yeah, was it our fault? I don't know.
Well, it's on our socials. So he's
God, how many strikes is this secretary allowed? Hey, Rich.
To be fair, it's funny. Yeah, it's funny though that Bath have actually come out and said, "Oh, due to an error, Table has gone to a non-league club rather than come to us because there was some kind of I don't know what it was. It was some sort of issue. That was so funny
Absolute
though.
crock of
I was like, tell me this was a Swindon admin error without telling me this was a Swindon admin error."
Woody says, Harrogate review, great pork pie, mashed potato and peas.
That about sums it up, I think.
James says, I don't think he will get in their team, to be honest. Scott says, didn't check tonight's show handbook, missed Harrogate. Calm down, it's coming. Got plenty of time.
Fyfie, you'll love this. So we can confirm that Jake Table has joined the National League side on loan until the end of the season. Jake was due to remain with us until the end of this season. However, due to an EFL ruling regarding short-term loan regulations, his return to Twerton Park has not been permitted. The move will enable Jake to continue his development, gaining further first-team experience, and we wish him well.
Wish him well.
That's funny. I just found that hilarious, the fact that it was another EFL rule.
Why the EFL getting involved in non-league loans? The EFL and the non-league don't like each other.
Yeah. Fuck's sake.
Scott says, admin error, sack Bath City. They need to be expelled from their competition. And James says, I honestly think he needed to play at a lower standard. He's not ready. Okay, let's talk Harrogate then, because everyone's worried that it's not going to happen. Let me start with you on this one. It was a very, very, very much needed 3 points. But I think it was Mike who put in the comment just a moment ago, the perfect advert for how bad League Two can be.
Oh, it was the only good thing to come out of that game was the 3 points, wasn't it? It was awful. But this just shows this league and what we've been going on about. People think that we've got a right just to rock up to Harrogate and beat them. It doesn't work like that. Harrogate, let's all not joke, Harrogate played well. And if they would have took one of their chances and gone ahead, I couldn't see no way of us getting back into it. The only good thing was that we stayed in the game long enough. We kept it at 0-0. And I think our changes and our squad made the difference, that we made changes. We put fresh legs on. And that was the difference, because with the last 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, we were pretty dominant. But if Harrogate would have scored first, I couldn't see any way of us getting anything from that game. So the only positive for me was the 3 points. I thought we stayed in the game. I thought Ripley pulled off a couple of good saves. And yeah.
You've got the wrong perspective, Waz. You're missing the obvious thing. Getting the 3 points wasn't the only good thing, was it, Gar? We also won away on a Tuesday night, so people can stop telling us how bad our fucking record is.
Yeah, I would have rather that been done at Notts County a week or so ago. Do you know what I mean? 2 weeks ago, that would have been lovely. But yeah.
Good to get off our backs, though, isn't it, Gar?
Definitely, mate. Yeah, 100%. I feel like anytime you can go away and don't lose, you really got to be some sort of happy, ain't you? I can't remember who it was who said it on the show, but someone said, you don't lose when you go away and you win your games at home, and that's sort of the recipe for the playoffs or better, innit? So I thought it was a great result, even more so off the back of 3 points at the weekend. and off the back of the shit run of results beforehand. So yeah, it's massive. It was massive, and I think it's starting to get into the important time of the season, and it's very tight at the top, where a couple of losses or a couple of wins can send you 3 or 4 places, one way or the other. So yeah, it was a massive win, massive win. Grinding out a 1-0 away, it isn't easy, and when you're playing those teams who are down at the bottom of the table, every game for them is massive. Do you know what I mean? Like, we sort of started taking it for granted, I suppose, in a sense, where, like you say, you sort of turn up to Harrogate or someone down there at the bottom and think that you're just going to batter them because we're up at the top of the table, and we've been up there for the majority of the season. So yeah, I do think it makes a big difference. Every point to some of these clubs down there is like, it's crunch time. You know what I mean? If you want to stay up, or if you want to get yourself into a comfortable position where you're not, the last few games of the season can be fucking scary, can't they? I know we only missed out on the playoffs last year by, a couple of points in the end, wasn't it? So it's like, everything's still very tight. Everything's still to play for, and every game is massive right now. So tomorrow is a huge game, and I think if we can get another win, that's 3 on the bounce. I know John will be fuming because every time John says that we're, we can't string a run of results together, we sort of argue about it, and then we seem to do it. So we're 2 in a row at the minute. I hope tomorrow we go 3 in a bounce and.
Well, apparently he's told me he's sitting with me tomorrow, and he's just going to be in my ear all night or all afternoon telling me what a jinx I am. So
wow.
Looking forward to that.
Fingers crossed, it's a good one.
Yes, mate, that's correct. Rich, me and you in particular have been very vocal about this. I know exactly what you're going to say in response to this comment, but Wazza alluded to it earlier. Clean sheet, can't complain.
I said,
just doing his job. Let me guess.
Just doing his job. Fair play to him. Done his job. Yeah, no, good. No, honestly, obviously clean sheet. No,
Rich, let me caveat it with something. Let me caveat it with Mike's comment. We got a clean sheet in a game where we haven't played particularly well, depending on who you listen to, and we've ended up having no centre backs on the pitch.
Yeah, well, I think when you look at it from that perspective as well, it's not a bad evening's work, is it? But no, I think the main thing for us as well is considering the recent run that we have been on. I think that win was really, really well needed. And like Wazza said, fair play for us because it could have been easily. We could have easily had that taken away from us early on, and there would have been no fight back whatsoever. So, no, fair play to us, and that's the kind of grit that we've got to continue with the rest of the season, and fight to the bitter end, because we're going to have quite a few games like this now, and got to keep on grinding, and like Gav alluded to as well, no game is going to be an easy game, and we've got to try and take as many points as possible in order for us to have that safety net in order to be up there in the top 7. So obviously we want to be in the top 3. Well,
I want top 3.
We want top 3, but as long as we're
I'll accept
in and
top
around
3. I want
mix,
top 1.
Yeah, don't we all, mate? Don't we all?
Scott's agreeing. He says top 3, please, in the chat. And Woody made a great point. Just I know we joke a bit about Ripley with some of what we say. Rich is tongue in cheek, but his comment here, to be fair, it was a terrible week for Ripley with everything going on with his daughter, and he follows up with his daughter was still in hospital when he played. His son was stood near them, which was actually quite warming. You forgot sometimes the real things. That's absolutely true. Football is an escape for a lot of people.
I didn't know about that.
I don't know anything about that, to be fair.
Yeah, he's had a bit of a rough week, but I think I was going to bring that up, and I thought I don't. You know what I mean? It's one of those, but it does show the professionalism of Ripley. Do you know what I mean? And it shows anyone that doubts a bit of commitment. You know what I mean? He's definitely there for the cause. I loved Holloway's interview after saying that they allowed him to just turn. That he arrived like Monday afternoon to Tuesday afternoon to meet the lads, and and then he zoomed straight off after. So anyone that questions professionalism or anything, and I think there's been a few questions of Ripley the last few weeks, which performance-wise and some of the goals I can allow, but let's not question anyone's commitment or his passion to the cause, because he could have quite easily have just gone, you know what I mean, and you wouldn't have blamed him for going, look, my little one's in hospital. There's bigger matters than football, isn't there? And that's one of them.
Let's face it, we can say if one of our little ones were in hospital, there's every chance we're not going to the game.
Exactly. There's every chance we're not going to work. Do you know what I mean? If one of our kids is in hospital, and let's not joke, this is Ripley's job, and he could have quite easily have gone, no, I'm not going to be there for that. He deserves a lot of credit.
Credit where credit's due. Fair play to him. From that perspective as well, I didn't realise that he was going through all of that. I guess you don't realise what people are actually going through, and that's, I think a lot of people can take some kind of reflection on that and stuff like that. So fair play to him. I'm glad that he got the clean sheet and stuff like that. So, fair play to him.
Woody's comment says, Alicia just said, not Adam. No, that's true. We know Woody would definitely still be going to the football. Rich, just before we sign off, I appreciate the fact that having cosplayed as Woody for the Women's Football Roundup segment, you're now doing a Ben by sitting somewhere with a hatch above your head.
A what, sorry?
The hatch above your head.
Hatch? Oh, that's the skylight, mate.
Well, it's because you used to distort the camera. Skylight. Hang on. Is this the same room with the clap-on lights as well?
If he claps, they open.
They're not dimmed at the moment, so I can't do it. But give it about 5 minutes, and they'll go off.
Lucky for you, our outro is about 5 minutes long, so we'll get to see it. For everyone going to the game tomorrow, do remember, because it's the one thing we haven't mentioned in all the chaos of tonight's show, which has been a lot of fun, by the way. Thank you to the chat. This has been a lot of... James just said, I saw that hatch on the Epstein file. Do remember, tomorrow's game is a 12:31 kickoff. The one is important. It's part of the... as much as I don't want to give them any credit, the EFL's Every Minute Matters campaign, and that is why the games kick off at 12:31. So do remember. Are we paying respects for every stupid decision that they've made? Is that what the extra minute's for? No, it's supposed to support a lot of good charity work. So I can't mock this. But on the back of that, still. F the EFL is Scott says. I do believe, Scott, I don't know if it's just your personal preference. I do believe, and I will just test this, hang on. I do believe on YouTube, you are allowed to just write the word fuck, and it will pop up. It's fine. You don't just have to type F, it's fine. There you go, it works. Yes, it is to do with CPR, Yes. If you are going to the game, like I say, remember it's a lunchtime kickoff, 12:31. A number of fools will be in attendance. If you see us, please do come say hi. It's always nice to say hello to people. I am travelling down in the morning for it. Yes, normally if I'm at the game, I travel down on the Friday. But as you know, this started late because I went out with work. I can't travel down at this time of night, and I need some sleep at some point. Woody says, I love the EFL, my favourite organisation. Scott says, Mum says swearing is bad. Say hi to Rich's dad, he says. Look forward to seeing as many of you as possible tomorrow. Let's be loud, let's be proud. Let's support the boys. Let's get a much-needed 3 points. And then let's tell the EFL exactly how we feel all at the same time. I mean, we had a good warm-up to it at Notts County. Remember, our favourite chant is cheating bastards. We know what we are. It's great fun at Notts County. But no, honestly, let's have a great game tomorrow. And let's get this run of results that Garv was talking about a few minutes ago. Let's make it 3 wins in a row. Let's pop an EIEIO up this league. HMS PTL has set sail. Siege mentality starts. Come on, you Reds!
Fuck Salford.
Sack the secretary.
Sack the secretary. Sack the cap. And up the Aki. Fuck the Salford. Good night, everyone, from FRI.
We're back again, like mates down the pub. Hold on sleeve, never tame. Yeah. From the chanting in the stands to the tackles flying in. Home and away, red blood, white shirt, where the fools rush in. Passion, debates, laughs, rants, late nights. Woody, Ben, Nick, Rich. What's a Kieran side by side? Craig and Ned, Joe and Mark, Art, Gar, Gary in the dark. And all we got, Barry in. Yeah, the gang's all in.
Fools rush in like we're chasing one more win. We'll make you laugh, make you cry, feel happy, feel angry inside. Fools rush in like a last minute swing, just like back in Swindon's time.
We go up, we fall down. From the goals that lift the roof, unit grows when it goes wide. We argue, we agree, but you're all here on the right. Fyfie jumping in the chat, every story, every stat. Thank you for watching, for listening, commenting back. Save our tires on the border, that's recruitment in our corner. This is our club, our crowd, turn it up a little louder.
Fools rush in like we're chasing one more win. We'll make you laugh, make you cry, feel happy, feel angry inside. Fools rush in like a last minute swing, just like back in Swindon's time.
We go up, we fall down. Fools rush in.